Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we are going to look at the 4 latest Arsenal news. The first Arsenal news is that the Telegraaf has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm 22-year-old who is faster than Sadio Mane is dreaming of joining Arsenal now, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup Netherlands international and Ajax defender Jurrien Timber. Jurrien Timber has his heart set on a move to Arsenal. That is according to De Telegraaf, who report that the Dutch defender is dreaming of a move to the Emirates and prioritising a switch to North London. As many will know, Arsenal have had a bid rejected for Timber already, and they are in the midst of preparing a second offer. Unfortunately for the Gunners though, this may not be an easy deal to do. Indeed, while Timber may be very keen to join Arsenal, Ajax have other ideas. This report states that the Dutch giants are holding out for a €60 million, £50 million transfer fee for their defensive gem, and, in all honesty, they have every right to. Last summer set something of a precedent for Ajax in terms of player sales, as they sold both Lisandro Martinez and Antony for massive fees to Manchester United, so they are well within their rights to demand similar for Timber. As for the player himself, well, he appears to be perfect for Arsenal. He can play at either centre-back or right-back, he's brilliant on the ball, and he's one of the quickest defenders around. Indeed, according to the Speeds database, Timber has clocked a top speed of 33 km/h for Ajax. That is absolutely rapid for a centre-back. In fact, based on their stats, he's even faster than Sadio Mane. At the age of just 22, he has so much room to grow and improve, and we can't wait to see what he could bring to the Premier League if this deal goes ahead. Arsenal could be getting an absolute gem here, but whether or not they'll cough up the necessary cash remains to be seen. The second Arsenal news is that TalkSport has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm Arsenal told to make new bid for world-class star, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup England international and West Ham United midfielder Declan Rice. The latest reports from TalkSport suggest that Arsenal are being encouraged to make a new and improved bid for Declan Rice by West Ham. According to TalkSport, West Ham are encouraging Arsenal to make a third bid for Declan Rice to bring a speedy end to the saga. This would suggest that the Hammers believe Declan Rice fancies a move to Arsenal over Manchester City at this current time. Both Manchester City and Arsenal are heavily linked with Rice. Despite this interest from Manchester City, other reports suggested that Rice fancies a move to Arsenal. It looks like this is right, as West Ham have encouraged Arsenal to make another bid for the star. The transfer saga continues, and you can understand why Arsenal are trying to lowball West Ham slightly. Reports have suggested that they have already made a bid worth around £90 million for Rice. There is a lot of money involved. It looks like the Gunners will have to make a huge bid the next time they make an offer. It has to be one West Ham want to accept, despite Rice apparently favours a move to North London. Despite this, Rice will end up at Manchester City if they make a bigger offer. Arsenal have a chance to massively improve their midfield. West Ham are wanting to seal this deal quickly, and they are emphasising the need to do it with the Gunners. This is huge for the club and means they lead the race. It shows how far they have come, and is great news for Arsenal. They are hoping that challenging for the title is not just a one-off. Picking up signings like Rice, who is hailed as an unbelievable midfielder, would massively help them continue to be title challengers. The third Arsenal news is that Fabrizio Romano has confirmed an Arsenal update, as he confirms Arsenal reportedly want £38,000 a week midfielder, much cheaper than Caicedo, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of Belgium international and Southampton midfielder Romeo Lavia. Arsenal have been linked with Southampton's Romeo Lavia in recent months. Back in March, Fabrizio Romano claimed that the Gunners have had their eyes on the 19-year-old. More recently, the Mirror reported that Arsenal were plotting a bid for Lavia. It's claimed that a £40 million bid will be coming from the Gunners, as they look to land Lavia alongside Declan Rice. Arsenal could lose key midfielder Thomas Partey this summer. While Granit Xhaka is Bundesliga bound, with that in mind, Mikel Arteta and Edu will need to bring in adequate reinforcements in the middle of the park. At the same time, Arsenal must be mindful of their budget. Declan Rice is likely to cost around £100 million, while Moises Caicedo apparently has a £80 million price tag. Lavia is likely to be around half the price of Caicedo, due to his club having suffered relegation to the Championship. Journalist Paul Brown, writing on Give Me Sport. Reckons Arsenal have moved on from Caicedo. Arsenal are clearly trying to revamp their midfield, he said. Lavia would be a much cheaper option than Caicedo. I do think Arsenal have moved on from Caicedo now. I think it might depend on the price. Lavia is just 19, so he's at the start of his career, but he's incredibly talented and has a very high ceiling. He joined Saints from Manchester City just last summer and established himself as one of their top players last term. For such a young player to impress in the Premier League at a struggling club is the sign of an incredible talent. Lavia is so talented that Goal.com actually deemed him one of the 9 best youngsters in world football. The £38,000 a week ace made the NXGN 2023 column earlier this year. He is in with the likes of Gavi, Alejandro Garnacho, Youssoupha Moukoko, and Warren Zaïre-Emery. Lavia is definitely a great shout for Arsenal, who could well pick up a bargain considering his talent and ceiling. The final Arsenal news is that Sky Sports' Domesh Sheth has confirmed an Arsenal update. As he confirmed, Sky journalist says strong player could end up signing for Arsenal, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup Ecuador international and Brighton and Hove Albion midfielder Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo may end up joining Arsenal this summer. That is the view of Sky Sports' Domesh Sheth, who was speaking on Haters TV about a number of potential summer transfers. The journalist was asked to give yes, no, or maybe answers over a number of potential summer moves, and, inevitably, Moises Caicedo's name cropped up. Caicedo has, of course, been strongly linked to Chelsea lately. But Sheth was actually asked about a move to Arsenal. Sheth couldn't completely rule out a move to Arsenal, nor could he confirm it would happen, stating that this is a transfer that sits firmly in the maybe camp. Sheth gave his verdict on a couple of potential Arsenal moves. Kai Havertz to Arsenal from Chelsea. Sheth was asked, very probable. Sheth said, Moises Caicedo to Arsenal. Are we going to see Caicedo at Arsenal? Sheth was asked, maybe, maybe not. More between a no and a maybe. Caicedo with the noises I'm hearing is more Chelsea with Caicedo. Sheth said, Moises Caicedo is clearly a player Arsenal really like. After all, the Gunners did bid for him twice in January. However, with Declan Rice proving to be the Gunners' priority midfield target this summer, there may not be room in the budget to get both of these moves done. With that being said, Manchester City are coming into the Rice race very strongly right now, and if they do manage to hijack that move, perhaps Arsenal will pivot back to the strong Brighton midfielder as their top target. As ever, there are twists and turns to come in this summer transfer window. Do you know the Arsenal news on Declan Rice? You will enjoy this video on your screen too.